The initial round of formatting is complete for the desktop layout, the high-resolution layout, of course. Now we want to go after the medium-resolution initial round of formatting. So I don't think this will take too long. Let's dig right into it. There isn't a massive amount of changes, but more just tweaks that we want to make to all this. So you can go ahead and scale down your web browser as I have done here if you wish, and then we can head back over to our external style sheet. And of course, now what we want to do is we want to ensure that we're working inside the medium resolution media query. So make sure that you're in the right spot, first of all, before going any further. We're going to tackle a couple of quick issues here in this exercise. The first issue that I want to tackle is the border color on the master div. So go ahead and find your master ID selector inside the medium resolution media query. Go ahead and find his border property and specifically his RGB color values. Right in there, 0, 0, and 0. We had set him to black earlier on. And here's the color values that I'm going to use for this guy, 193, 180, 152. We set this earlier for the high resolution border color as well. You can go ahead and save up your work and refresh your browser if you wish, just to test those changes. Sure enough, there's my dark tan or sort of a mid-brown color there for the border color on the master, which is great. And while we're at it, since we're kind of working away on it anyway, I want to tackle the main navigation menu as well. So once again, I'm skipping the header. We already know why, because the changes that we're going to make are going to be graphical in nature, and we'll tackle that in just a little while. So the main navigation menu, what I'd like to do, and this is very similar to what we saw earlier, I want to adjust the font size, and I also want to remove the underline. And there's one other change that I want to make as well, which I'll keep to myself just for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to styles.css, of course, the external style sheet. And inside, once again, the medium resolution media query, look for nav.li. And what we'll do first is we'll set his font size. So I'm going to go font-size. Once again, what I want to do here, rather than using a fixed font size, is I want to use a scaling font size. So I'm going to try 110%. Now, once again, you're welcome to fiddle with different values and test your results, of course. And I said a moment ago that the other thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to remove the underline on the menu items as well. Now, do you remember how to do that? Don't forget the underline is coming from the hyperlink. So what I need to do is I need to go and find the rule that is controlling the hyperlink. So nav.lia, of course, in the medium resolution media query. And at this point, all he's doing is controlling the color. I'm going to come in here, and I'm also going to do the good old text-decoration, and I'm going to say none. Perfect. Go ahead and save up your work and flip back over to your browser. I'm just going to hide everything else and refresh. There we go. Something like this. So that looks pretty good. The font is a little bit larger. We've lost the underline, which is great. Now, there's only one more change that I want to make here, and I said a moment ago that I was going to keep it to myself for a little while. Well, here's the change that I want to make. Of course, with our medium resolution media query, it is likely that our main navigation menu is going to break onto two lines. So what I want to do is I want to control the amount of space between the lines of text. And as a matter of fact, this is a CSS property that we saw in action not too long ago. He's called line height. Again, coming from the print world, what print designers would call leading. So I want to increase the amount of space between the lines of text that we have here inside the main navigation menu. So to do that, I'm going to head back to my external style sheet. I'm going to look for nav.li, of course, inside the medium resolution media query. And what I'm going to do for this guy is I'm going to go line-height, like so. And once again, I'm going to use a scaling value here. You're welcome to use a fixed value, a fixed pixel value if you wish. I'm going to go 160% followed by a semicolon. I'll save up my work and head back to the browser and refresh. And there we go. It's a very, very slight change. Just a very, very minor amount of space gets added in between the lines of text for my main navigation menu. And of course, we're getting these same changes happening way down in the footer area of our layout as well. So there we go. As I started off saying at the beginning of this exercise, really just minor changes that we're making here, just minor tweaks. We're going to go after our slideshow next, and of course we'll continue on with the rest of our medium resolution layout.